there's something that's quick to enter into the gaming conversation, and that is some form of brain rot. For the most part, whenever we're looking at this stuff, you find someone or say some commenter throw out a series of offhand comments, and what I want to do is I want to clean up. Do you know why this is fun? It gives me content to make. There's no more original content than content that is generated within your channel. I don't think I can find it anywhere. So shout out to the audience members and those that are commenting far and wide. If you say something and there's no data to back it up, we're going to have to put the data against it and see if it's actually true. And if it's not, then, we can conclude that what you're saying is probably outdated or a lie or just straight up nonsense. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. I got a comment and somebody said, according to my last video where I said that Xbox has left PlayStation in the dust, clinging onto console sales, they said, can't take this guy seriously. This guy that they're talking about is me. They said Xbox has the lowest ever console sales recorded, lowest ever active players and player base recorded. Okay, let's stop here for a minute. Xbox console sales are about 50% of what PlayStation console sales are. That's basically what we have right now with the Series X and Series S. So how is it the lowest ever recorded if we are still in the process of, still going through the console generation? So that's not a claim anybody can hold to. All we can say right now is they're tracking behind by about 50% in their console sales. The second part of the statement, though, that says the lowest active players and player base recorded is actually quite a lie. And that's because Xbox, in a sense, not just in a sense, they literally practically transitioned their business to where they could, according to PlayStation, and this is PlayStation telling this. So this PlayStation fan, I recommend that you listen to your PlayStation lords and overlords, that Xbox can supply multi-game, basically subscription at 50%, console games at 50%, and PC at 60%. So they took their console deficit, their failure in console, and made up for it from 2016 when they were bringing games to the platform. Now that they now have Bethesda, Activision Blizzard, they have now moved from an active player base that was only relegated to console to 500 million, monthly active users. This data set is confirmed each month by Matt Piscatella's Circana, which is the company that takes a lot of data across the gaming industry to be able to tell us where people are actually playing the most games. And believe you me, a lot of those player base exist on the PlayStation because we can simply come and look at the data set and we look and say Call of Duty actually is the #1 ranked game across PlayStation and Xbox, and even #2 on PC where players are playing. This is all PlayStation. This is all Xbox's player base, PlayStation included. Then there's Overwatch, and then there's Minecraft. Now, guess who's also trying to achieve the same thing? PlayStation themselves. I mean, just recently we saw that after years of PlayStation bringing out its single-player games, it's now requiring you to have a PlayStation Network account before you can play single-player games. Why would this be a thing? They also want to posture and look like they have a monthly active user base that is big enough to call themselves a PlayStation gaming platform that has, users constantly in there. It's a investor thing at this point. Investors, are out there looking for where to put money, and these guys have to figure out ways to attract them. So I guess your very first statement is absolutely missing context, while the second one is an outright lie. This person says people have left Xbox. Did they knock on your door to announce to you when they were leaving? Because all I see is people on Twitter saying that they've left Xbox and some OG Xbox fans running and going to buy PlayStation and taking pictures of it like they're doing some big thing. It's kind of wild or it's kind of weird that, they have to do that. But again, if they want to leave Xbox, it's their prerogative to leave. But we can also say the same. People are migrating to wherever they want to play games. Okay, game devs, and this is another lie. It's coming up. I read this comment before we started. They said game devs say they don't like making games for Xbox. Okay, let's go ahead and quickly clean that up, because at any rate, somebody might read this and say, yeah, it's true. Guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going on here, right? This is the brain rot that folk consume on the internet, where they go out and listen to, content creators with names A through V say stuff like this. And they come out believing it's the truth. Oh, developers don't want to make games for Xbox. Developers hate Xbox. But to my surprise, a lot of these developers that don't like making games for Xbox, there's never a name to them. However, what we see is the contrast that developers that actually want to make games for Xbox come out in public and say things like the Inotria dev, who had previously said, that they were going to cancel their game. And then they came out and said, we want our game now to be on Xbox because we believe that Xbox is blessed with a huge gaming community and we would love to release Inotria on your platform as fast as possible. Once the sales numbers unveiled that, this game was not going to be recognized, immediately they remembered, oh crap, there's a PlayStation audience out there. Oh wait, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's director praises Xbox because he's an Xbox fan. I thought developers don't like making games for Xbox. And what is he saying? The director of Final Fantasy himself says, that he's an Xbox fan. Also noting that he has an Xbox himself. Is that right? Oh my gosh. Square Enix is beginning to pursue multi-platform strategy with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth potentially coming to Xbox consoles in the near future. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Who is that? It's a Final Fantasy 16 director, ladies and gentlemen. Yoshi P wants to put his games on Xbox because apparently these developers that all you are claiming don't like Xbox are phantom devs. They're ghosts. We don't know who they are. They won't put their name behind a statement. Unlike some are bold enough to put their names behind a statement. Why don't they come out and put their names behind the statement? Why? Because they understand and they realize that a player base of 30 million consoles is a valuable market to still sell your games. You will be amiss and very, very silly. In fact, you'll be whooped with a stick if you told shareholders that you will not serve games or serve a product to 30 million potential consumers. And if you don't get whooped, someone else is going to come in and eat your lunch. So back to this whole conversation we're seeing this is wild. So they go out again and they throw this out. They said, Phil Spender, and I'm reading their statement, they're pretty much referring to Phil Spencer, the chess master who has bodied PlayStation out of their position of being the market leader and did so quietly and in a vulnerable way too. He came out and said, oh, woe is us. We've lost the console war. And as he was saying it, inside of PlayStation, they were shaking in their boots saying, oh my gosh, they're about to get Activision Blizzard. Oh my gosh, they're going to, exercise greater dominance. Look at it. Subscription. Microsoft's comprehensive ecosystem coupled with exclusivity creates greater dominance. And Phil Spencer is out there saying, we lost the console war. And these PlayStation fans, they ate it up. They don't realize. They don't know the art of war. They really do think that showing your strength and making noise all over the place is actually a position of strength. They don't realize that you can actually stoop and you can conquer. It's okay. You all are about to learn some real deep thinking with this whole thing. Just wait till Lina Khan of the FTC finally goes to do something else and then see if there's like a pro, corporate FTC person that goes in with the new administration and see what Xbox does to PlayStation. Just hold your breath. Just wait. Just hold on. They said this. He's killed Xbox with Game Pass. So yeah, we go again. Even with unlimited money, Xbox still lasts on the console market. It's been over a decade. RIP Xbox. So ladies and gentlemen, when I title this thumbnail, RIP Xbox, don't tell me that I'm a clickbaiter. Shout out to the audience members who always give hardcore inspiration for these videos. Man, this is good stuff. Like, it really does help to realize there's a lot. Now, yes, I was being a clown there, a comedian, but the reality is, if you don't take this stuff with, some level of humor, you might just fall into deep despair at the loss of sensibility in our society today. That people would say something that right in front of them is the opposite and the alternative reality. Like, what they're saying is literally removed from real life. And they'll go ahead and hold on to it and cling on to it with as much fervor as they possibly can. This is what we're seeing in the conversation. This is what we're pointing to. Again, I challenge this notion of these developers saying that they didn't want to develop for Xbox months back. This is when I started looking into game development. Been trying to see if I can make a game project. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the hardest thing ever. I hope I make it. If I don't, no hard feelings, because I'm not, I'm a YouTuber, but it'll be nice to be able to do something cool. And in looking at the market, I thought to myself, why would anybody not want to bring a game to potentially 30 million users? Even the ones that took third-party exclusivity money want to bring games to Xbox. Then the guys that have $0 on Xbox would then say they don't like Xbox? That's not a way to do business. This is why, a game development firm that's very successful has accountants, analysts, and good business people that are very, very well versed in how things should go. Without those people there, these companies are going to eat the dirt. This is exactly why Square Enix is where it is. This is why Stellar Blade's developer is saying that they hope that the PC version of Stellar Blade would sell more. The Steam version will sell more than PlayStation. Even after sitting on 61 million consoles, a game like Lego Horizon Adventures cannot bust out and break ranks. It's going on the Switch and PC. It can't do anything. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is coming to PC earlier than many other PC exclusives. Even The Last of Us Part 2, we don't even know if it's coming to PC, yet we have Marvel Spider-Man 2 already coming in. Why? Because this game in today's market cannot pull in the almost $4 billion that 2018 Spider-Man pulled in, because the market says, no, you're not going to do that. The market says, I'm going to make more games for more people to play. Look at 2018. 8,885 games showed up on Steam. Look at 2024, 17,510. Before Marvel Spider-Man 2 comes on Steam, there will be close to 19,000 games that are already available. Someone said most of them are shovelware. Oh yes, there are people who play shovelware. I guess they don't have to worry about paying $60 for a Spider-Man 2 game because their shovelware is cheap enough and entertaining enough for them. That's what's called competitive stress. Welcome to the market, PlayStation gamers. I really love this because as a PlayStation fan myself, it's interesting to see a lot of PlayStation gamers, at this stage in their development, start to see this general broad market reality. For the longest time, you were in the bubble of the console and PlayStation never really moved out to compete. Xbox fans, they got a rude awakening in 2016 when Xbox said to y'all ain't cutting it. You guys need to probably buy 2 consoles for us to keep up. But what's the point of buying a console when games are not even going to be able to sell on there? Which is hopefully my next video that I want to bring out. And we're going to start a discussion on that. Thanks again for watching the video. I really appreciate you all so much. Chat with me in the comment section. Peace out.